Hey everyone, thank you for stopping by Living To Do's review of Power Book 2 Ghost. It is season 4, episode 9. It's the second to last episode in the series. Before I get started with the review, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it, and I thank you in advance. Okay, so let's get started with this review. This episode was titled Married to the Game, and it was a perfect title for this episode because there was a wedding, a fake wedding, a wedding between Kane and Noma. You know, they're playing it off for everybody, especially for ICE, I guess, the people that will scoop you up and deport you. Well, anyway, they have to make it like it's a normal wedding, and family is in town, and Monet's sister Janet is back. She's in town, and Noma's brother's in town. There's a rehearsal dinner for this wedding, and it's at Kane's house. That didn't go so well, but I didn't understand why Aunt Janet wasn't there. Noma's brother was there. Anya was there, and she found out that the penthouse is not something that Kane owns. Last episode, she came over to visit, and he told her that he owned it. They even discussed Mecca at this family rehearsal dinner. So we had that going on. The show showed a couple of other things. It seems like they're letting us know where people are going to be ending up. They had Effie. She got accepted in her college of choice. So it seems like Effie will be going off to college and things might work out for her. Drew had a conversation with his sister Diana, and he's been tapped to go to Paris due to his art. Someone thought it was good enough for it to be, that they'd be willing to, I guess, maybe sponsor him. So it sounds like that's where Drew will be ending up. And Kane wants to be like the famous criminal Bumpy Johnson. I'm surprised he didn't mention Diddy. It's so crazy. These people want this criminal life, aspire to do these crimes, live better than anybody else. But when they get caught and they live in the worst conditions that we've never even experienced as regular people, is it worth it? Is it worth it? Please, people, do better. Anyway, more criminals. Carter and Noma, they're setting up Tyreek and Monet to be killed by the Russians. Always something. So there's this setup, and they're going to be there at night. Monet doesn't know that Tyreek will be there. Tyreek doesn't know that Monet will be there. Drew and Diana found out about this and realized that it was a setup. So they have to go to this place, some place in Staten Island, and to save them in the nick of time. The Russians have the gun on them, and then here comes Diana and Drew to the rescue, and they shoot the Russians. That just worked out perfectly. Then they realized at that moment that Carter and Noma set them up and that they've been set up. So, of course, they're going to get them back. So they thought about what they should do. And so Monet thought, well, since this happened, let them think we're dead. So they all planned together to make like they were put in their car, and their car was set afire, and it will seem like they died. So Carter and Noma won't be looking for them. Noma is expecting Kane to get a call that his mom has been killed, but she's not getting that call. So she meets with Carter and Nico, and they pass her off by saying, there was this car crash. We're just waiting for the fingerprints to confirm. But since there's no confirmation, that's not good enough for Noma. There's a bachelor party for Kane, and he meets up with Effie, shows up. Him and Effie sneak off and have a rendezvous. And also, we see that Noma and Davis are doing the same. Noma tells Davis that, this rendezvous has nothing to do with her marriage. It's like, this is still something that can happen even after the marriage. Nothing's changed. Same with Effie. And Kane assured Effie that, that doesn't change anything. Wow. So we have those hookups. The gang, Tyreek, Monet, Drew, Davis, and Diana, they plan a hit on Noma and Carter, and they pull Effie into it and Braden. They want to kill Noma after her wedding, and they're going to kill Carter in his church at his weekly confessionals. A dirty cop that's committed to church. My goodness. Anyway, we have Tyreek. Tyreek goes to the church, and they plan to kill him in the confessional. But it was really weird. He corners him, and for whatever reason, he lets Carter get the best of him. I don't understand why he didn't just shoot the guy. Every time you need to shoot like one of the main characters, they always get an reprieve. They always get a minute to say something. And he tells Tyreek that he has the tape of him killing Zion, and that's news to Tyreek. What happens is Carter gets control of the situation. He puts handcuffs on Tyreek, and he puts him in his car. Braden and Effie are there because Effie was there to take down the cameras at the church. Apparently there's a lot of cameras there. And they get in their car and they give chase. They follow Carter, who has Tyreek in the back seat. Tyreek is tied. He's in handcuffs, of course. And somehow, some way, they make Carter run into something, and he's knocked out. They're both knocked out, apparently. They take Carter and they handcuff him in a warehouse. And what I don't understand is, why didn't they just kill him right there? It would make sense. Carter is in a car accident. He's knocked out. Why don't you hit him in the head a couple of times? It kind of can be explained because he has blunt force injuries to the head, and they probably won't look twice about it because he ran into something. But no, they take him and Tyreek into a warehouse where he finally comes to. And they don't kill him there either. So I guess we're going to have to wait and see what happens to Carter finally. That's going to be interesting. I don't know why you just kill him. Anyway, the wedding and a funeral did happen. Well, I say wedding. It was a wedding, but several people there. They looked like they were at a funeral. They were just unhappy about it. Drew and Diana and Anya. They just looked like... No, not happy at all. They really looked like they were attending a funeral. So the wedding took place, but after the wedding was supposed to be the hit. And so Davis, he distracted Noma's head of security, and he took him for a ride out in the field. He put a gun on him. Head of security got the best of Davis and got the gun knocked out of Davis's hand. Security's punching Davis. Davis somehow can get this dude in a headlock and choke him and kill him. Davis looks like that was his first kill. He kind of scooted away from the dead body. And then he got in his car. First of all, Davis is a lawyer out here killing people. I mean, what a skill set. I'm sure that is a skill somebody could use. He has just dirtied himself. He kills this man with his bare hands, gets back in his car, and he goes back to the reception. I don't know. I think he might have a spinoff with these marketable skills. um, at the wedding, Noma, she gives Kane an ultimatum. It's either her or Monet. And apparently he chose wrong and he got himself tied up and put into a room where Noma has a gun on him. Meanwhile, Monet, she comes up. They were going to kill or take Diana and Drew away, and they got him outside into a car where security, I guess, I don't know what they were going to do to them. I guess maybe use them as hostages. But Mama Monet to the rescue. She gets up on the property as soon as this is happening, and she was able to kill the security people who had a hold of Drew and Diana. And so she goes into the house because she believes that Kane is in danger. Must be intuition because Kane was in danger. And Kane was tied up. And right when Noma was going to shoot her groom, the mother of the groom comes through with uncomfortable shoes that are probably too loud, but not to worry, with her expert marksman precision aim shooting up the place. She shot up everybody except Noma. She shot up a lot of people, but Kane, who was tied to the chair, he falls down as he's tied to the chair, and Monet knows he's a target. So what does she do? Mama Monet knows what she has to do. With guns ablazing, she steps in front of high arsenal gunfire to save her child. He was powerless as he squirms in his chair crying for his mom as she's shot up. And Diana and Drew, they bust in as their mother leaves this earth. It was one of those moving moments, and they have this aerial view of her, and you just see them tied to the chair, Kane and Diana and Drew, crying for their mother. It was sad, but Monet took it like a G. I knew something big was going to happen I knew something big was going to happen in episode 9, but I didn't think it would be this. I didn't think we see Monet killed. So they're going to tidy this up. There's going to probably be a bunch of gunfire. They're going to have to kill Carter. They're going to have to kill him. And I hope nobody else dies. I hope they all get saved, and the kids that have plans and things they want to do in their life, I hope that works out for them. I'm sad to see this show go. We have one more episode 10 next week. So that is it for now. I didn't really like this episode, but what can I say? That's it for now. Thank you for staying with me to the end. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it, and I thank you in advance. But I gotta go because I got living to do. Bye.